Tonight's lesson is going to be on multiplying by 1 and 2-digit numbers. This means that the numbers on the bottom or the second set of numbers is going to be either 1-digit or 2-digit. All right, let's talk about multiplying for a little bit. Multiplying is actually a form of what we call repeated addition. For example, we could say 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's repeated addition. That equals 8. But it might be easier to say 2 times 4. 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4 would also equal 8. Might be shorter. Repeated addition is perfect for small numbers. In fact, young children use them all the time. And you might also, but you need a different strategy if you're going to be multiplying larger numbers. You would be spending so much time adding that it wouldn't be worth your time. Well, there are many ways to multiply numbers. In fact, you've probably been taught several of them already. One of the most popular ones that I've seen is the window strategy, for example. And this is where the numbers are broken down. They're broken apart by place value. They're then multiplied, and then they're added back together at the end. Some students catch on to that really fast. Makes perfect sense. They love it. They use it. For example, let's say that we had 54 times 33. You could break up 30 into 30s, 30, which is 3 10s and 3 1s. And then the 54 would be broken down in 5 10s and 4 1s. You could also put the 54 over here and the 33 here. 30 times 50 would be 1,500. 30 times 4 would be 120. Then multiply here. 3 times 50 would be 150. And 3 times 4 is 12. Then you would add it all up, hopefully adding it in the right place value, and that's how you would get your answer. Some students love that. And if you like it and it works for you, use it. Now, what I'm going to do is focus on 2 basic strategies to help you learn how to multiply larger numbers. You don't have to be able to use both of them. What I'd really like for you to do is find one that is most comfortable for you, most understandable, makes the most sense. Okay? Whatever strategy that is. The first strategy is called multiplying by place value, which is kind of what the window is a little bit. All right, for example, let's say that we have the numbers 47 times 5. This is a 1-digit number that we're multiplying by. You would break the 47 apart, break it down by place value. You would have 4 10s, which is the 40, and you would have 7 1s, 7. You would multiply the 10s by 5, the 40 by 5, and then you would multiply the 1s by 5, the 7 by 5, and then you would add them together to get your answer. Here's the example of the place value strategy. For example, you would have 40 times 5, which is 200. Then you would have 7 times 5, which is 35. Add it together, and you would get 235 as your answer. That was really easy to do. Some students love that. It's very easy, makes sense. Here's another example, 63 times 12. We would break 63 down into 60 and 3. 6 10s, 3 1s. We'd have to break the 12 down too. It's a 2-digit number. So you would break the 12 down into 10s and 2s. 1 10 and 2 1s. 10 and 2. So we would multiply 60 times 10, which is 600. Then, that's the 6 here, then we would multiply the 60 times 2 1s. 60 times 2 1s equals 120. Then we would take our 3 1s here and multiply it by 110. 3 times 10 equals 30. And then 3 1s times 2 1s, 3 times 2 equals 6. If I add this all up, I get 756. Very easy to do. Some students really like this. and you add it all together, and your answer would be 756. Now, maybe you don't particularly like that. That looks like a lot of work, and it doesn't make sense. You don't have to use it. You could try strategy number 2. Strategy number 2 is the standard algorithm. This is the way that a lot of people have been taught for many years, including your parents probably, including me. When we say an algorithm, this is a list of steps or instructions that you follow so that you can calculate a certain function. In this case, you would be calculating multiplication. All right, and this is the standard way of doing it. You may have been taught this and you like it and feel comfortable. Here's an example. First thing that you would do is you would multiply the ones place first. So this is 49 times 7. You would multiply 7 times 9. And you would put this is be 63, so you would put the 3 here, and you would regroup the 6. Next, you would multiply the tens place. 7 times 4 is 28. Now, make sure that you add in any number that has been regrouped. Like here, this was 63. We regrouped it over here. So 7 times 4 is 28, plus 6 is 34. All right, and that is very, very, very important that you put that in. If you don't, you might be doing everything else correct, but if you don't add that one little thing in, it'll throw it all off. Okay, here is another example. Now, this is a 3-digit by a 1-digit number. First thing you do is multiply the ones. Well, 3 times 7 is 21. Regroup. Multiply your tens. There we go. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. Last, you would multiply the hundreds since it's a 3-digit number. 3 times 1 is 3, and your answer would be 381. Again, be sure that any number that's been regrouped, that is super important that you add that in. Now, something a little harder. Let's say that you have a 2-digit by a 2-digit number. This can be really tricky. First thing you do is multiply your ones place. Right here, right here. 6 times 3 is 18. Regroup your 1. Next, multiply the tens with this number, same number. 6 times 5 is 30. Plus 1 is 31. All right? We've multiplied everything we can with this number, 6 in the ones place. Now, a lot of teachers will tell their students to place a 0 here so that they will move over one place value at the beginning of the second line. The reason that you do this is that you are no longer multiplying by the ones anymore. You're multiplying by the tens. Well, the tens isn't here. The tens is actually here. So that's why teachers will tell their students to put a 0 or put an X or something there so you'll scoot over one place value. That's the reason. And then you'll do the same thing here, except you'll do it with the tens place. After you put this here or your X or whatever you've been told, 2 times 3 is 6. Then 2 times 5 is 10. If you want to mark that out so you don't add it in a second time, you can. Last thing that you do is you add it all together. So I'll put my addition sign there. 8 plus 0 is 8. 1 plus 6 is 7. 3 plus 0 is 3 and 1. And then, of course, put your comma there for the period of 3 digits there. And then that would be your answer, 1,378. All right? The thing to remember about this is step-by-step work. Sometimes students get completely messed up because they try to combine steps. They're in a hurry, and they try to get it over with, and they combine incorrect steps. Take it step by step and take your time, and that way you won't have to do it over again. That'll save time by itself. Practice problems tonight. You may use whichever method that you like. You can use window, you can use the place value method, you can use the standard algorithm. If you want to, turn it over on the back and use the back because you might need more room than what's there for number 3. Letter A is 72 times 6. That's a 1-digit number you're multiplying by. And letter B is 84 times 15. That's a 2-digit number that you're multiplying by, okay? And like I said, if you need more space, turn it over in the back and do that, or use a piece of notebook paper and we'll staple it together the next day. If you need anything, please let me know. You can email me, let me know the next day. Good luck, all right? Good night.